Hello everyone, I'm Rebecca from the Glitch Stitchery. I'm here today with a package opening and a product review for you. Specifically, we're going to be looking at Laurel Hill, the company. So, I don't know if you remember this, but a while back I bought these two crochet hooks from a store in New Hampshire while I was on vacation. So these are Laurel Hill crochet hooks. I think they were Ebony, not sure. Maybe Palmwood, one of those two. Anyway, I bought these and I had never heard of the brand before. And then I was just, browsing online and I found that they have a whole website of all sorts of different textile and fiber arts tools of various different brands. So, ordered an assortment. Technically speaking, I am not 100% sure what's in here because I did get a partial refund back from my order. And I've already forgotten which parts I was refunded for. So it's not going to be everything that I ordered. A few things are either discontinued or out of stock depending on what it was. So let's get this open and after that we'll see what we're going to review because I had a plan, but now I'm just a little off because I know some stuff's missing. So we'll see how this goes. All right. Oh, it's folded over. Okay. I'm a little confused by the packaging because it's taped. It's taped all the way around, but then also stapled. I've never seen that before. There we go. That wasn't too bad. Okay. Pull out my invoice first of all. Alright, Laurel Hill hooks and more. So it looks like the ones I was refunded on were the Brittany crochet hook and a few of the Trendz plastic crochet hooks. Yeah, so that's not a big deal. The plastic ones were actually for a planned customization project that I wasn't totally tied to. And then the Brittany crochet hook, I will try one eventually. That was just out of stock. That wasn't discontinued. So I will get one at some point. Now then, it's a small package, but there's a lot in here. So first off, I ordered more of the Laurel J crochet hooks, but in one each of the different woods. Now when I'm looking at them, the ones that I bought in New Hampshire must have been the Palmwood. So I have a whole assortment here. So I have Ebony Namok. I have no idea if that's even close to right. Trai and Forest Palm. Yeah, I got one of each of those. So this will be a review video in the future. We're gonna take a look at these and just try them out, compare them to some of the other hooks I have on hand. So I'll put those over there with my other two. And that way I have a whole assortment of them to try. So then I also picked up, what is this? Oh, this is, all right, so one of the Trendz products was not discontinued. I've got the plastic pink one, and that'll actually work very nicely for the project I had in mind, so I will probably use that. Awesome. All right, what next? I don't want to grab the wrong thing. Let's see if I can get these out. Pretty sure this is what I had planned on reviewing, all of it, because it's all part of the same thing. Okay, so I did pick up two more of the Mindful Collection teal interchangeable cords from Knitter's Pride. There's a reason for that, and it is related to what I'm reviewing. I have wanted for a while now to review the Lantern Moon products because I saw everyone talking about them and I was curious. So I didn't want to buy a full set because I really don't need another full set of crochet hooks. So what I ordered was one set of cords, 2 Tunisian crochet hooks in size L, and these are the interchangeable ones. 1 set of circulars, and they've kind of fallen out of the packaging a little bit there, but they are in there. Those are in size 11/8mm, and I got a 16-inch because these are for making hats. And 1 normal straight crochet hook in a size J. So that's what we're going to be reviewing today. And I also bought the 2 mindful cords because now that Lantern Moon is being promoted by Knit Pro. Anyway, I wanted to see if the cords fit or not. I'm just curious. All right, I'll get the other camera angle hooked up and we will get to reviewing. All right, I'm trying not to show it too much, but I do have my computer open off to the side so I could read about the products. Make sure I got it, my information as close to right as possible. So this is the other stuff I bought. These are for a future video. These are the same brand, so they'll be mentioned in that video. This is also for a future video, but not too much longer until you'll see that one. All right, and then those are necessary. Okay, so Lantern Moon. It's funny, I had never even heard of this brand until recently, and then it was suddenly like everywhere. So it doesn't really tell me too much on the back of here. It does say that they are manufactured in India, and it says promoted by Knit Pro, and when I go on their website, it says that they are paired up with, I think it said Knitter's Pride. I just saw it. Where did it go? That is the problem with it. Well, it also says that when it came to designing the packaging for the products, we took care to use biodegradable materials and inks, so that's interesting. I don't know, I just think that's a little bit cool. All right, so they're made of ebony, which is a strong, dense wood. I don't know what liquid silk finish on the needles means, and it says 24 karat gold finish on the brass connectors. I don't know. I'm very curious what all of that means. I mean, obviously the gold part would be this here, but I have no idea what liquid silk finish means. I'm sorry, my neighbors upstairs are being a little noisy. All right, let's see if I can get this out. Since it fell out of the packaging, it's a little bit hard to get it out. Can you see it in there? Although I don't know that it would be any easier if it hadn't fallen out. There we go. Let's try to unloop that. And I didn't buy a huge number of products to try. I just wanted to give them a small sampling. All right, so these twist around. They're not fixed. Well, I mean fixed in that they're not interchangeables, but they're not, you know, fixed in place. It is printed on there. Does kind of feel like there might be a coating over the entire needle though, so maybe the words are sealed under the coating, because I don't actually feel them as a texture. And then there's the gold toned cap here. They have a good weight to them. All right, so that's those. And we just got the 2 cords. I'm not sure why I got that length, but anyway. I actually didn't realize it came with 2 cords, so that's, I thought it only came with 1. So that's nice. If I wanted to, I guess I could double it up, use it as a double length cord. Oh, that's cool. Okay, this had more stuff taped to it. It looks like it fell off into the box. It has like sticky stuff. But look, the wooden caps for the end of the cords. Look how pretty those are. That's different. All the other ones I have are wood, and then the mindful ones have like a teal colored plastic thing with a flower on it. All right, so here's the cord. And the tool for tightening is an actual tool with a wooden handle. That is really, really cool. I think, now I'm looking at it, these two went like this, and then this one like this. I feel like they would probably be better off not using the sticky stuff for the tool and maybe having like a little loop for it to go through, maybe. I don't know. It's not harmed anyways, it just fell down. That is so cool though. I've never seen an actual tool that wasn't just like a little wire key, you know? All right, I'm setting all these boxes off to the side. And then cords. It does not have a connector with it for me to connect the two cords together. But I think I have one from some other Knitter's Pride sets, so I should still be able to do that. So, all right, anyway. Let's open the two Tunisian crochet hooks. The biggest reason I didn't want to buy another set is because they always only have one of each size, so then you need to buy 2 sets to have 2 of each size, and I really am not going to use all the sizes anyway. So I got 2 L's. These are such a deep color. Okay, here's that. Our handcrafted elegant crochet hooks have liquid silk finish that ensures you a smooth hook, slide, and glide technique for hours of comfortable crochet fun. Huh. Okay, we'll see. They are really lovely though. I'm gonna attach those to one of these cords right now. I don't even have anything I plan on making at the moment. I just wanted to test them out. Let's try out that new tool while I'm at it. And I'm not gonna hook it up for working in the round. I don't need to use both hooks right now. So I'll just put one of these things on there. Wooden end caps. Alright, stick that through the... Why are they not fitting? Oh, wrong hole. Duh. There we go. And I will say that the end caps are a completely different color than the hooks. Personally, I think that looks really cool. It might bother some people, I'm not sure. See, like this is black, 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 and then this is stripey. It has black stripes. Alright, so that's ready to go. These cords are a little different than what I'm used to. They're not as stiff. I can move them around a bit more easily. They don't feel like they're kinking up. I have a couple Tunisian crochet projects going right now on, what cords am I using? I think one of them is using a Knit Picks cord and one of them is using a Knitter's Pride cord. And they do tend to get really stiff and then get stuck, especially when they get cold. And they just get in my way. I don't know if that one will do that or not. I'll have to test that. I don't know how I feel about the shape of the Tunisian crochet head. It's very rounded. But I will test it out. I'm going to reserve judgment. And then the last thing is the normal everyday crochet hook, which has this funky shape on the end of it. I don't know how I feel about that. This feels very light. It's not necessarily a bad thing. It says basically the same thing on it as the others boxes did. I kind of wish that the crochet hook had the same thing on the end as the knitting needles, which is that shape on the end that's a different color. I'm not sure what that is made of. I'm trying to pull it up so I can read on the single pointed needles. It doesn't really say on their single pointed needles page what the end of the needle is made of, but it's a different wood and it's just a really attractive look. So I kind of wish the crochet hooks had the same look, but that's okay. This is definitely different. I've never seen anything quite like it. I'm pulling up the crochet hook one to see if there's any reason it has that funky shape on the end. You might not tell me, I don't know. No, it doesn't really say. It does say great attention is given to the detailed hand finishing of the hook end to guarantee ease of working with all fibers. That doesn't really say anything about the, you know, end, but it does say that this is supposed to be really well finished and easy to work with. Is this actually a J? I mean, it says it is, but I don't know. Where'd my other hooks go? This is a J. This is a Laurel Hill J. I use it constantly. It works the same as my other J's. I guess they're the same size. This one is just completely straight up and down other than this like little flat spot here, so it doesn't feel the same in my hand, I guess. It kind of feels like holding a pencil. All right, well, we'll try it out all the same. I have some hand spun yarn here to see what we're working with. It definitely feels smooth. It just doesn't feel like I'm holding anything, which throws me off a little bit. Oh, yeah, that's very smooth. I was concerned about the shape of the head, that it was maybe too rounded for me, but it's working very well. They're very smooth, but not so smooth that I'm losing stitches, at least not with this type of crochet. We'll try Tunisian crochet next. Oh, I like that, actually. Not enough to buy a set of them. Not of the regular crochet hooks anyway, but that's mostly because I prefer a more ergonomic handle. Yeah, that's not bad at all. All right. I could easily keep going with this, but we need to try the other hook. All right, let me. All right, let's try this next. I kind of wish they had some straight Tunisian crochet hooks that weren't interchangeable. There aren't very many brands that make those that are nice, and it would be nice to have some that were kind of a luxury that weren't a certain other brand I don't feel like naming right now, but I'm sure you can guess which one I'm thinking of because I've reviewed them before. But yeah, it would be nice to have some more options for that, especially since these feel sturdier than that other brand, and I don't know, I just feel like they might last a little better if they had some. All right, so far so good. What am I doing? There we go. All right, the shape of the head is not impeding me in any way. I do prefer a pointier head, I will admit that, but this is not bad. It's incredibly smooth, which is great. I have a few Tunisian crochet hooks I've been using lately that they have the head shape I want, but they it's not that they snag on the work, but the work doesn't glide. Like they're more grippy. This is not really grippy at all. I don't know if that finish will last forever or if it'll eventually wear down. I will have to use them for a longer period of time to answer that question. I do feel like that's an important question. I also kind of want to know if they're actually made of silk or if that's just a industry code word. So once I finish sampling, I'll probably do a brief amount more research so I can talk about that. I mean, liquid silk is a thing, I just don't... Is it a thing? It's in shampoo, but I don't know if it's actually silk in shampoo either, now that I think about it. That'd be kind of weird. Alright, yeah, this is actually very, very nice. They're on the pricey side, but I might have to buy a couple more sizes because I do really like it. The gold is a little much for me, but not to the point where I wouldn't use it. It's just, I usually prefer silver trim for everything, but it's okay. It's not like there's anything wrong with gold. It's just not my preference. Okay. The fact that these spin around on their own keeps throwing me off. I keep thinking they're coming off. All right. I don't see any reason why these would not also behave very, very well, but I'll just really quickly try them out. They do seem to have a reasonably nice tip to them. Yeah, reasonably sharp for what they are. Wood is not going to be as sharp as metal in most cases. But I actually have some metal ones that aren't as sharp as these too, so that's nice. I am concerned that eventually the scraping between the needles is going to rub off the size. That has happened to me with a few of my Knitter's Pride, I think. Yeah, Knitter's Pride Tunisian crochet hooks. I think it could probably happen with these as well, if I use them enough. And actually with the Tunisian crochet hooks, it's not like they even touch or rub against each other, which means it just rubbed off from being used with yarn. These ones, they are literally going to be rubbing against that size as I use them. So that's maybe a tiny bit concerning. I don't know. I don't want to be too harsh in any of my reviews. Like, obviously everyone has different preferences on the types of tools they want to use and the types of materials they prefer. Under normal circumstances, I prefer most of my tools to be metal. With Tunisian crochet, that's actually quite difficult because there aren't that many people that make metal Tunisian crochet hooks that are interchangeable. So I end up with a lot of different types of wood and a lot of different head shapes. And while I do have preferences, I'm also comfortable-ish working with tools that are outside my preferences. At least as far as doing reviews goes, I will at least give it a shot. I don't know, like I really, really don't want to scare someone away from trying something if they think it might be a good fit for them. But I also don't want to be too nice about something and then someone buy it and be like, oh, she recommended this, but I hate it. I don't know. I mean, everyone's very, very different. So it's just something to keep in mind when you're watching my reviews. I'm trying really hard to be balanced, but I don't know if I'm successful or not. Actually, okay, let me see if I can formulate some thoughts about this. I really like how the wire is bending as I go, and it's not getting in my way at all. It's just kind of bending against my hand. It's not too stiff. That's actually quite comfortable. Some of my others get in my way while I'm working. This does not feel like it's getting in my way at all. I like how smooth they're moving up and down the needle. They're not grippy at all, which I love. I hate it when things are super grippy, like bamboo. I hate working with bamboo tools. I love the color of Ebony, the deep black, shiny, piano type look. I am so on the gold trim. I can deal with it. And it does look nice against the Ebony. I am concerned that the words are going to rub off. I can't say for sure that they will because I haven't worked with this brand before, but in my experience, it is something that happens pretty often. I mean, I don't know. For how much they were, I would have preferred that the size was printed on the cap, like imprinted with a texture, so it doesn't just rub off. That is technically always my preference. I want indelible imprinting on metal instead of writing that can rub off. But these are still very nice. I love these cords. I'm actually kind of tempted to get more of these cords to use for my other Tunisian crochet hooks because they do feel much nicer in terms of how bendy they are and flexible. That said, I still need to try these with one of my other brands of cords to make sure that they fit. I am reasonably certain looking at them that they will, but and I'll try that tool to see if it fits too. All right. And yes, this would mean mixing trim, so you have to not care about that. But if you already have a ton of cords, you could just buy the hooks or needles, and then you wouldn't have to buy more cords. That would be nice. All right, yeah, those fit perfectly. They are the exact same size. All right, cool. That's good to know. And it's good to know I can use this really cool little wooden tool on my other cords too. And I know you're thinking, oh, well, they're being carried by the same company. Of course they will fit. But sometimes things are weird like that, so I just wanted to make sure. Okay, so that is all of that. I am going to quickly look up a few questions I had about the brand, and then I'll just talk about my conclusions. So I'll be right back. All right, so I think I have answers to at least some of my questions. So hopefully I can preemptively answer them for all of you who are curious about Lantern Moon and maybe want to give it a try. So first off, Lantern Moon was originally founded in 2001. So I probably have heard of it in the past, but at some point after that, it disappeared from the market and they weren't really making them anymore, as far as I can tell. I have not seen exactly when that happened, but I'm sure those of you who have used their products in the past probably already know the answer to that. And then in 2021, Knit Pro International, which owns the names Knitter's Pride and Knit Pro, acquired Lantern Moon. So from there, it looks like the production of Lantern Moon products, which was not really being made for a while, was then moved to India with the rest of the Knit Pro factory stuff. So this says that Knit Pro currently employs over 1,200 people at its factory in Jaipur, India. It is one of the largest manufacturers of knitting and crochet related products in the international market and is a committed advocate of equal and fair market wages for all its employees and provides full health care and retirement benefits. That's actually really cool. So yeah, so Knit Pro acquired Lantern Moon, and that's why they're in India now. It sounds like they were originally made possibly in Vietnam and Cambodia, if I'm reading this correctly. I have never had their original products though, so I don't know for sure if that's how they were labeled. Now, in terms of what they're made out of, they are made out of Indian ebony wood that is legally sourced from government authorized wood stockyards. So that's good. Let's see what else. committed to maintaining the welfare of all employees through safe working conditions, equal and fair market wages, and sustainable, eco-compliant practices in the factory and on the land. That's all great. I like that they're actual cases for when you get a set and such. They're made of pure silk. They're very beautiful. I might buy one of their cases in the future. Not like a full set, just a case. And a few sizes that I want. What else? There was something else. I have not been able to find anything on what liquid silk finish means. I have tried to research it and I keep getting sent back to a different product called liquid silk that I would rather not research. So yeah, I'm not really getting anything there. I feel like if they were actually making it with actual silk, they would say that, but honestly, who knows? It's probably just really nicely polished or something. I'm just scrolling back and seeing if there's anything I missed. There is one other thing that I did want to point out. So there was, on their frequently asked questions, there's one that says, how can the wooden needle's surface be kept smooth? And it says the wooden needles get naturally moisturized by the oils in the wool yarn and your hands become smoother with every use. However, it is good to clean and moisturize your wooden needles a couple times a year. To do this, clean your needles with a clean, dry muslin or paper towel and apply a very thin layer of natural beeswax. Allow it to dry and then buff it with soft muslin or I can never pronounce that word, something, cloth. Alternatively, rubbing your needles with wax paper is also a good option. Whatever method you are using for moisturizing the needles, make sure you let them dry for at least 24 hours before using them for knitting. I have never been told to moisturize my knitting needles before. Like, is that something people do? I have never ever heard of that. I'm not saying that it doesn't happen. I'm just saying that no one ever told me that, and I'm wondering if I missed out on something this entire time. I'm just going back in my head. No, it's never come up. So I am going to have to research that a little bit more fully, because maybe that is why some of my wooden needles are so grippy. Maybe they need to be waxed. Or maybe some woods are just super grippy and kind of terrible. I don't know. So that is about it, I guess. I'm going to finish this review. And I am still so curious about the liquid silk thing, but I cannot find any answers. And it's going to drive me insane. So that is it for that. In the future, you can expect a review of the Laurel J crochet hooks. I will probably do that fairly soon. I'm trying to do one review a month, just so I can get those up on the channel in a reasonable pace. So you can expect that at some point. And there's also another twin birch review in the works, because they had a lot more products on their actual website. So I ordered some more to try out. They are being made for me currently. I don't know how long that takes. Probably not too long, but it is cool that they're making them just for me. So that is it. I'm gonna let you go, and I hope you have a good rest of your weekend.